Okay, so I'll start by introducing myself. I'm Emily Duncan. I'm Laura Schuller. And we've both been agents for, well, I got licensed in 2017. You got licensed. 16. So yeah, she's been licensed a little bit longer than I have. But one thing that we both have in common is that we both get most of our business from our SOI. So I'm going to go ahead and let Laura start. She does a really,
of course,
yeah.
Great. Yeah. So, okay, awesome. Well, I am like so excited to be here. When Emily asked me, I had like a ton of emotions going, oh my gosh, I've never done a class before. And Emily Duncan, the rock star that she is actually asking me to do a class. So I was like super excited to talk about our sphere of influence. So my top 3 sphere of influences and how I stay in touch with them is I do direct mailings, which are, it's kind of old school, but a lot of people do mailings as well. I do a magazine, the American Lifestyle magazine, that I send to all my past clients. And people are probably like, wow, that's so expensive. What I did was, as you obviously grow more and more clients and past clients, I use my ABA to pay, so it's kind of an offset. So you have your past clients, you're sending a magazine out as soon as they become past clients, and then my title company ABA pays for that, which is a win-win. So you're putting yourself back into the business. Do you want me to continue with the 3? Yeah. Okay, I also do handwritten cards. I know it's very old school, but I purchase cards. You can even go to the dollar store, pick up cards, birthday cards, anniversary cards. I even do home anniversary cards, birthdays, new puppies, whatever, and send them out. You kind of see on Facebook if somebody just had a new baby. You hear about, obviously, when people pass away. Instead of just sending a text, write a card and send it. I do 5 to 10 of those a week. If you have them, at home, it's easy to pick them up and just do them and get them in the mail. Don't slack on it, just do it. Minimum of 5 a week. And you will definitely see, they'll either send you a text or call you, because you're not only just sending that text or that Facebook post like, hey, happy birthday, like everybody else is doing. You're doing a step above that. You're actually sending a card. So it kind of does make people like really my third one.
I think someone has a question.
Oh,
sorry.
Here.
She actually talks faster than I do, so don't forget.
Oh, I apologize. Let me slow down. So, well, we only have 30 minutes. I mean, there's so much information. We could probably talk all day about our sphere and how we keep connected to them. The other one is pick up the phone.
Someone did have a question.
Yeah. Do we have questions? No. Okay. So the third big one that I want to pick up the phone and talk to people. During COVID, especially when people weren't getting out, older people, you have those past clients, they're nervous to go out of the house. Pick up the call and have a conversation with them. Check on them, see if they need something from the store. Those different things, they're going to matter. And they're going to be like, wow, wasn't that wonderful that she did that? And you actually, doing that not only helps you build your business, but it makes you feel good as well. So those are the 3 things that I seriously do all the time. Wednesdays are my day that I make those phone calls, and you have to block time for it. If you call me Wednesday morning, I'll get back to you probably Wednesday afternoon, because every Wednesday morning is when I'm doing my calls. And something I do every day, it's kind of crazy, is I send 2 gratitude text messages every single day. So what is that? Okay, so I talked to a girlfriend a couple days ago. She called to check on me. I sent her a text this morning and said, you know what? It was really great that that we caught up, and we definitely need to have, coffee or a wine or something soon. Reach out to people. I also sent one to Miss Emily today.
I was just going to
say, you are my gratitude person. I sent it to you because you know what? It means a lot for her to help me step out of my comfort zone by doing a class together. And, I do look up to her as a role model. So I want to tell her that. I want to share that with her. So staying in touch with people, building your business, it's going to help. I have 90% is from my sphere this past year. 90% talking to people. It doesn't cost a lot of money. Just reaching out and you live a better life doing it as well. So that's my, I think I did everything in 5 minutes, right? Yes. So does anybody have any questions about those three? No? Nope. Okay.
So how many deals did you do last year?
It was like 28
So-
deals.
How many of those came from? So you said 90%, but how
Mhm.
many?
I only had a few that were from lenders.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's basically staying connected to people. And the lender leads, were a few, but yeah, 90% of them were from my sphere and my past clients. My family is small, so I can't say it's all family. You know what I mean? But yeah, past clients and keeping in touch is the way to go. So.
Okay, and then you said Wednesday is the day that you call?
Yeah, Wednesday mornings at least. I make as many phone calls as I can. And I keep track of who I'm talking to because, I'm getting old. So you want to make sure that, and I have, where, I know when people's birthdays are. I went like this week, I talked to somebody this past week and she was in the middle of remodeling her kitchen. She bought a house a few years ago. Well, I wanted to see how she was doing. I wanted to see how the kitchen, I wanted to make sure you send me pictures. Like, this is great. She'd have invited me over and we're having wine soon, so you stay connected with those people and you just become a part of their life.
So when you make the calls on Wednesday, I'm also asking because I genuinely want to know. We haven't talked about this.
Yeah.
So when you make the calls on Wednesday, do you know the day before, the week before?
I usually start jotting down like ideas. You know what I mean? There's you obviously are on Facebook with a lot of people. You see some people that are struggling during the winter and stuff. Like, you just want to like reach out, not only by obviously, lead generation and talking to people, but you want to just reach out as a person and, hey, how are you doing? You know what I mean? You want to make sure that you're in people's lives. Okay. So
perfect. So you have a plan, you don't just come in or like, who am I going to call
sometimes
today?
I wing it, I'll be honest. You know what I mean? So the majority of the time I do have a list of people, just throughout the week, I'll have a list and I'll start writing down, oh, make sure I talk to this person, or, hey, this person seems like, they're probably ready to, make some moves, or, oh, this one, it looks like they're ready to go through a divorce, like, better reach out to that one, that kind of thing, so.
Okay. Sorry, we just got a message, audio is not clear. Is that still the case? Or is that just us when we were playing before? Okay, I'm gonna take Bethany's face as we're okay.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, great. So
I don't know what I clicked on. Sorry, I'm trying to do screen share. I'm trying to make the chat go away. Okay.
Where is everybody? I don't see them. So
just a bunch of
black
words.
Yeah,
letters. There we go.
Yes.
So okay, so 90%, which is amazing. I'm at 60%. My goal is absolutely to get to 90%. So has it always been that way, or when did
I feel like I've always had that where I've stayed connected with people. I don't spend a lot of money on generating, there's different ways to run your business. And for myself, I feel like I'm not a salesy person. I'm more of a people person where I'm always connected. Somebody invites me to, I don't go to a lot of KW events. I'm going to start doing that in 2024. I showed up to a holiday party finally, but yeah, I am at every fundraiser if somebody invites me to. I'm not home a lot, even when I'm not at a listing appointment and showings. I want to be out there in my community, talking to people or going to different, fundraisers, because that's where it's at. And they're going to remember that you spent time, with them. So, but yeah, it's always been pretty much like that. It's how I run my business. So yeah.
That's great.
So
anyone have any questions before I start? Okay. So I do business very similar to Laura. I love the personal touches. So again, that's why we really connected once we started talking about our business, is we're very hands-on. And I would say we're a people business versus a prospecting business. And by that, I mean, we're not there cold calling. Right. We'll do it, not our favorite thing to do. So we really talk to people that we know. So social media is a big one for me, which you touched on that a little bit. As you know, I talked about the last time I did a class, I do a lot of videos and stuff like that. But my biggest thing is I'm completely different from Laura, which is why I asked her that last question about if it's always been 90% for her, because for me, it hasn't. So before, when I first started, I was prospecting based. And then I let my ego get in the way. And by that, I don't mean that I think I'm number one and I'm the best. Like, unfortunately, we see a lot of realtors behave. I was complete opposite. I was nervous to reach out to people because I was afraid that they were going to tell me I wasn't doing a good enough job or I messed something up. So I learned, I think it was just through time and through coaching, I learned just to put my ego aside. And I really started reaching out to people that I know, my past clients, and it changed everything for me completely. So one way that I did that is I started doing client events, and I started doing it very small on a very, very small level. I just did, I think my very first one, I think I did a trunk or treat, but I was with a few agents. So that one was, I don't even know if I had a good turnout, to be honest. But the other one was I did a tea party at Miss Molly's Tea Room in Medina.
That's cute idea.
And it was fun. And I only invited maybe 20 people, and I think 10 came. And I was so nervous. Like, I did not sleep the night before. I was so nervous. I was like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to do? I was so nervous. And then I got there, it was just, you're literally hanging out with people that know and like you, and you hopefully like them as well. And it was the easiest thing ever. And the amount of text messages and just personal messages I got after that meant so much to me. And that's when I realized that I was onto something. So since then, I try to do an event once a quarter. I've done other events. I did Top Golf, and that was a really good turnout. That was another one. I was still a little nervous. I didn't know what the turnout was going to be like, but I want to say maybe we had like 6 bays. So what is that, like 36 people?
Wow,
and they're
that's
all
awesome.
full.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a really good turnout for that. And then I also do videos, and I bring a photographer for my events because I want to build as much FOMO as possible. And it works because every single event I have more and more people, and that does have to do with FOMO, but it also has to do with me reaching out to my past clients, inviting them, just having just a conversation with them on a monthly or quarterly basis, whatever it looks like. And then the hardest event that I've ever done, which was, I was also at the same time the least nervous just because I was experienced, is I built a house last year. And so I did a housewarming party, and I am a very, very private person, but I realized how many of my clients, they're inviting me into their most vulnerable and private moment of their life. So the least I can do is return it. So I had a food truck there, which was awesome, and it was very easy cleanup. Did a food truck. I did, of course, like housewarming party favors. I did all of that. It was an expensive event. It was very costly. However, I think it was I believe it was 83 people that came out, which is insane.
Yeah.
My house is not that big. It's like 1,900 square feet. So it was crazy. And I was emotional, and I'm not an openly emotional person. I was emotional about it for maybe like 2 weeks, where I couldn't even read the cards that they gave me just because they were so nice. And I realized how much people appreciated me inviting them into their personal lives, because more times than not, and if you're doing business correctly, they're not going to see you as just a realtor. They're going to see you as a human as well, and see that you genuinely care and that you have empathy and you understand what they're going through. So that was my biggest one. Like I said, it was awesome. And then something else that I've been working on is, because I did just build a house, I've been farming that neighborhood a lot, which I can officially say they're now in my SOI, because we have neighborhood gatherings, things like that. So I've gotten to know them. And I just did a cookie exchange on, when was that? Like in December, is at one of our neighbors' houses. And they may have not all known or recognized who I was. But when I said my name, every single person said, "Oh, you're the realtor." I said, "Yes." And they said, "You're the one with the food truck." So not only was I able to get my clients to come in and really enjoy just an event I hosted for them, it's marketed itself to the neighborhood. So now my neighborhood, they know me as three things. They know me as the realtor, the food truck person, and then also I have 2 dogs, of course, because that's
of course,
that's always what people know me as. So I know that Nicole had asked me, I had mentioned that I was doing Popeyes to my neighborhood, and she asked me what was in them. So I'd stop by my neighbor's house. Like I said, I started really farming them and going to their events, and we all belong to a country club. So I'll go to networking events there as well. But those every month, well, not with the exception of this month, but every month I stop by and I just do a pop by and I door knock and just talk to my neighbors. So again, now that I've got to know them and they know me as the food truck and realtor, we have a personal connection as well. And so that's what I do. If they're home, great, we'll have a conversation. Otherwise, I just drop something off at their house. And now every single person on my block knows me.
That's awesome.
So I can't say that my conversion rate, I can't tell you about that yet, but what I do know is people aren't staying in their houses as long. So hopefully when they do get a sell, they're going to think of me. Or if they know somebody that is looking to buy or sell, then they're going to think of me as well. And then my third one would be social media. Like I said, I do a lot of videos. I do a lot of personal messages. I do a lot of video messages.
The videos are great.
They are great. Yeah. And so if it's someone's birthday, even if I haven't talked to them since high school, I will just send them a quick video to say, hey, like, hey, Laura, well, they know it's Emily. Right. So I won't say it's Emily, but hey, Laura, I saw it's your birthday today. Just want to wish you a happy birthday. Hope it's the best year yet. Simple, easy, send it, done.
And it's stepping up above that text message, which is really good.
Or the comments that's going to be lost.
Right,
because
exactly.
Most of us get at least 200, if not more.
I'm just trying to picture you now at Topgolf. I got to go back to that. Were you in heels? Like,
no, I wear Converse.
I'm just curious. Just trying to picture it all. Okay. Yeah,
I wear Converse. I'm not that crazy. I'm not even in heels today. No, I wear Converse. But yeah, it was just, like I said, the personal connections are big to me. I've actually, in December, I had people from high school who I didn't stay in touch with people from high school. I didn't dislike them. I liked college. College was my thing, not high school. But I had 10 people over just in December, just because they reached out to, I'll answer that question. Just because they reached out to, I'm sorry, I got distracted by the chat. Oh, this is why I gotta, but anyways, a few of them reached out and saw that I had sold a house or they bought a house with me. And so then I just kept in touch with people from high school. And then before I knew it, they were at my house as well. And then Yatra, sorry, this got distracted. So for Topgolf, she asked, did you invite all your past clients to Topgolf? I have to think about that one. I want to say, I think I did. And I didn't have as many clients, obviously, as I do now, because some of them I didn't even know when I did the Topgolf event. But I think I did invite them all. I want to say yes. But I do limit it though. So if we got over the 6 bays, I think it's whatever it is. If it was over 6 bays, then I would have to cap it off, which thankfully I didn't have to. I had some vendors that were coming and I was like, whoops, you're just gonna, like, you don't have a spot. They're still welcome to come, but they would just kind of go back and forth on tables and talk to people. Nice. Oh, she said, thank you. You are so welcome.
And how did you get started doing videos? Because that's kind of how that was my one thing, was like, wow, look at Emily Duncan. She's really, like, you are such a personal, you put it all out there. I have laughed at your videos. I have cried at some of your videos, not in a bad way, but just like, you're very emotional when you go on there, and it really touches people and it makes that you stay in their mind. So how do you get started doing that?
I like to think I'm not emotional, but okay.
Oh, you're emotional.
I'm just very real. What you see is what you get. I'm never going to be that person. And I will say this, even if I'm a multi-billion-dollar producer, might level up a little bit, but I'll never be that person that has perfect videos, because that's not who I am. I mean, if you look at my office now, it looks pretty in the background. Don't look at my floors. Like, I'm very, very.
I need to get a vacuum out.
It's true.
Yeah. The mom in me.
So how I started doing videos is actually, I gotta think about this. It was Dan Mitchin. He always pushes me to do things. It was in 2020 is when COVID was happening, and I had just moved into my house, and I was like, I had a different house. I just moved into my house and I was like, yeah, I just put a big chunk down and I'm kind of nervous about money. And he is like, I always say this. And he was like, well, do something about it. So he encouraged me to just do, which I'm going to start doing again. Actually, I'm going to do a video today, but just doing informational videos. And if I didn't post it by, I think it was 11:17 a.m. every Wednesday, then I owed him $100 per video.
Oh, geez.
So he gave me a few topics to go through, and some of them I was like, I don't know what to say about this. And he used to do them. So he's like, go watch my video. And so then I would I would steal his material with his permission. and do the videos.
That's great.
And to this day, every time I post a video, I still get nervous. I don't like seeing nobody likes seeing themselves.
Mhm.
So I will post it, put my computer down and not look at it until hours later. And sometimes it's even the next day.
Wow. Well, you're excellent at it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I think that first step to getting videos, just doing it, post it and let it go. Because if you overthink it, you're never gonna post it and then you're never gonna get any reaction or anything from clients or your sphere.
That's true, yeah.
Absolutely. And so Hope at our office, she started doing it as well. And she's the same thing, like she'll just get on and she will admit this, like it's imperfect. Like she just comes on and she's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but every single time she gets buyers from it. And her and I are actually going to be meeting every Saturday to start doing videos as well. But that is to reach to our SOI, which is directly through social media. I feel like videos is a whole different conversation.
Right.
But yeah,
We need more than a half hour, right? Yeah. So. Anybody have any questions? We have a couple more minutes left.
Can we see some faces? I told Laura, I said when I get on,
like it's very hard. Yeah. I see
Natasha.
dog.
Thank you,
The dog,
Natasha.
yeah.
Oh, and Yatra, yeah. We have two now.
It was a very blowy day outside. I'm sure you guys, your hair's all, mine was when I first came in too. Yeah. So
windy day, yeah.
It was a very windy day outside. I think the one thing my takeaway from this is everybody is different. And I feel like if everybody takes something from each class or seminar or just that aha, you may take one thing from today or two and make it your own. And that's how you kind of build your business. And that's my takeaway from it. So I'm going to start doing videos. Yeah. So yeah. But
any questions? Well, Justin Ford says, if you have a lot of questions, then that means we lost you. If you have a few questions, we did a good job. And if you have no questions, Houston, we have a problem. So I guess we have a problem.
We have a problem.
We need to do better next
exactly,
time.
Right. So.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I want to see your hair. It's a little squirrel moment. Yeah, so cute. This is what happens when you turn your camera on. You get compliments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. If nobody else has any questions, we'll go ahead and jump off then. Have a great day, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys.
Oh, sorry. Someone did have a question.
Advertising selling.
I can answer this real quick. So how much? So I don't. This was like a year and a half ago. It was not cheap. So I don't know how to break it down. It was probably a good $3,000 for Topgolf, but the food was amazing. It was pricey.
So
Any referrals from it?
What's that?
Did you get any referrals from it?
Yeah, so it was all my past clients. So I didn't ask at the event because I will never be that person that's like, who do you know? I don't want people to see me and be like, ooh, she's gonna ask us for business.
Like cringe, yeah.
But yes, I did get some referrals from my clients for it, yes.
Advertise it all, but that will have to be a conversation.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll give you the rest of your day back.
I'm making calls.
Okay,
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
sounds good. So
Bye.
we'll just kind of continue to monitor, obviously.